The Michael Jordan beef sagas continue, man. It seems like there's always some kind of beef, something we're resurrecting, we're reviewing. First it was Mike against Isaiah, Mike against the Pistons, Mike against Jerry Krause. Now it's Mike against Charles Barkley, revisited all over again. As we all know, several years ago, Charles Barkley said some nasty things about Michael Jordan and, him being the owner of the Bobcats. And Michael didn't take it well. I just thought that it wasn't that big of a deal.
What's caused the rift between you and Michael?
I think that Michael was upset about some of the things I said about the Bobcats, which, number one, they were true. I can't, I told you earlier, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be fair. And the Bobcats, first of all, he's doing a much better job. But, a couple years ago, I want to say 3 years ago, when they were vying for the worst record in NBA history, Michael had not done a good job. And he took it personally.
People close to the situation, and Stephen A. Smith, Kenny the Jet Smith, they all basically sided with Michael on this instance.
To his face. I'm friends with both of them. And I've spoken to both of them about this over the years. And MJ more recently than Charles Barkley. I haven't spoken to Barkley about this for years, but I'm siding with what Kenny Smith said to Charles Barkley years ago, and you can ask Kenny Smith this as well. Barkley should have called Jordan.
I think the one thing that Charles and both Michael have is a lot of pride.
A lot of pride.
A lot of pride. So once the pride settles down.
So you think eventually they'll be on good terms again?
I think they'll be, but I do think Charles was wrong.
Think Charles was wrong in that one?
Mike's doing a great job.
And so he should really. Do you think Charles should apologize and all that?
He should apologize. He didn't have to. He should apologize. He's doing a great job.
Letting them know that he could have took a different route. You know what I'm saying? And he owes Mike an apology. Charles Barkley, of course, is a man of a lot of pride. He doesn't give a fuck what he says or how he says it. He's saying that these kiss asses is why your organization sucks. Now, the way I look at the whole thing is this. You're talking about the man's business on national TV. If, one, he doesn't separate himself from you, openly criticizing him about internal affairs of his business, he looks weak to those that he employs, to those he does business with. He cannot have one of his best friends openly criticizing the people that work for him. As an analyst, you do your job as an analyst. You say the numbers are not up to par, this, that, and the third. When you're calling people kiss asses and everything like that, you make it seem like there's relationships of nepotism, either maybe he hired his family. Now you're saying the arena's not run because he hired his family. Or maybe he hired a friend to do his marketing. It's not being run well because he hired the friend to do the marketing. If you want to call somebody a kiss ass, you tell them to their face. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell them on national TV for millions to see it and humiliate the man. People don't understand. When you have a business, you're an owner. That business is like your baby. So when somebody talks about your baby, you take it personally. So there's no way that Chuck could possibly think that Mike wouldn't take the shit personally when Mike is the ultimate competitor on and off the court. Even if he can't win, you saw him in the last dance pitching quarters against the wall. He was sucking, and he was still doubling nothing, tripling nothing. You cannot talk about a man's child or their baby or their business and think that, when you critique it, not in a respectful manner. You're his friend, so if you want to talk shit talk on the phone or in his face, he could take that. But the way that Michael is, very private person, does everything in the private, tries to stay away from the public eye. You're openly criticizing him, but you're using negative connotations about the people and his staff and his team. He can't go there and be like, well, what Chuck said is cool, we all good, and we all fine and dandy, or whatever the case is. We good, we rocking out, no matter what he said. No, you're going to take it personally, and you're going to wait for that fucking apology. You're going to be like, no, this is what's going to happen. You're going to apologize for the shit that you said, because you can't step foot in my arena, and I'm dapping you up, and my people looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. That doesn't make sense. So Chuck, in a sense, I guess he said Mike is never going to like him because Chuck knows deep down inside, I'm never going to apologize. Because old men with pride is something different. Like, you could see a man, he could do something wrong to his entire family. He'll never apologize. Never apologize. What do people say? I guess Uncle Johnny's just gonna be Uncle Johnny. You just gotta let him be how he is. That's how people are, you know what I'm saying? Or if you have a messed up parent, you know, that's your mom. You know how they are. You know how they get down. You know they ain't gonna never change. Chuck ain't never gonna change. But I don't think this is gonna be like the end all be all of their relationship, because I think there's been plenty of times Mike had fallen out with Scotty, or, you know, of course you saw him punch Steve Kerr in the face. You know, this eventually is gonna die down. But this is interesting because Mike never took to the public to say, hey, Chuck doesn't know how to do this, or Chuck sucks this, or Chuck's friends are kiss asses, because they didn't teach him about stock options. So when you had personal things going on, Chuck, Mike never aired that out for the public to see. So he just wants the same modicum of respect. And that's where it ends with the whole beef thing. But here's the deal. Mike's going to beef with everybody, because Mike has this personality where you go with him 1 minute, but you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, that Aquarius blood get to boiling, and it's a wrap. Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.